Hi, welcome back to my Star Wars collection, and this is the last video for the run of the book, so let's dive straight in. And the first book is a nice one because it involves Ralph McQuarrie, and he did the original illustrations for George Lucas when he was writing the screenplay and he had to pitch it to the studios. He came up with the original art, and this one's called the Illustrated Star Wars Universe, and it's a really nice book. It goes through all the different planets and has a lot of artwork that Ralph McQuarrie did for all the original trilogies. Obviously, there is nothing in here for the prequels, but there are artworks for the prequels. So, I mean, he never actually drew artwork for the prequels, but as far as I'm aware, that is, I have to mention that one. But the artworks that are in here are fantastic. A lot of ones in here are kind of odd though. They're all sort of done out by planets, just like the Blu-ray extras were. And a lot of the things you'll recognize, you'll even remember seeing in documentaries. Some of them not so much, and some of them, curiously, kind of look like Episode 7. So a lot of this was perhaps looked at again for the new film, which just really, blows my mind. And the artworks are just, I mean, you could spend a day on this book. It's got a whole text to go with it, but to be honest, I've actually never read it because I've been so mesmerized by the pictures. I highly recommend picking this book up. It is a beauty to look at, and I really can't wait to get around to reading it one day. Now, one book that I haven't actually gone through, and it's not really Star Wars, but it is Star Wars related, and it's just kind of a bit of a fun book, really, and that's the Millennium Falcon Owner's Workshop book. For anybody who really wants to build the model of the Millennium Falcon, you've got everything in here, technical readouts, schematics, everything about the Millennium Falcon. It's kind of a fun read, to be honest. I haven't actually read this book at all. I'm kind of lazy when it comes to the reading, mainly probably because I haven't actually got too much time in my current life to be reading about Star Wars. But a lot of these books are from my past, where I have read them, like this next series, which is The Art of Star Wars, Episode 1, and this is the full version. Now, there was a slimmed down version of this available in the box set VHS for The Phantom Menace, but this is the full version, and it's absolutely gorgeous. One thing I have to note about these Art of Star Wars is that when you watch the film Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, you only see about 5% of what was created for that film. The other 50% is in here. Now when I say the other 50%, so you're going to go, hang on, that's only 55%, yeah, 45% is yet to be seen, because that was all done perhaps to create in for the computer work. But this is just full of sketches, paintings, drawings, even digital map paintings in here. For what they did for the film, there's characters, you can see evolution of characters, you can see how they evolved. I mean, a lot of this stuff you can actually see from when, if you have that book from the special edition, 1997, The Art of, you can see a lot of that stuff being evolved from that. So it really does fluidly flow on. This book, all these series, these three series for The Art of Star Wars. I mean, there's C-3PO before he got plated out, Sebulba, pod racing. It really, I mean, I don't know if you can see these, but this book is definitely one to get. If you're a Star Wars fan, this is a must-have. You've got to have this in your collection because it is so beautiful to look at. All three of the Art of are just absolutely beautiful. Same with Attack of the Clones. Now, I haven't actually seen this too quickly on eBay or Amazon. This is, it's not a rare one, but it's not one that always pops up. So it includes the screenplay, which The Phantom Menace lacked, which was actually really nice. Again, the pictures in this are just gorgeous. I mean, I can't say enough about this, but the printing of this one in particular is different to The Phantom Menace in that all the pages in here are actually gloss. so you might get a bit of shine back on that, but it really shows you what went into that film, and you kind of actually appreciate that film on a better level once you go through all these. And the good thing about these is that sometimes you might come across a painting or a drawing and go, gee whiz, I really wish that had made it into the film in that version, rather than them changing it for another version, because it looks pretty cool. And you know, every Star Wars like game or episode TV series looked at all this artwork and drew from it inspiration wise. Now the best one in the series is the Revenge of the Sith one, again including the screenplay from George Lucas, and this one has the best artwork in all three books. It is just, every page is just absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm going to go into a lot more detail in another review, because there is something I want to show you just because actually this book is the first time in the films that Han Solo, there he is, makes an appearance. He was actually going to be in Revenge of the Sith. You might remember seeing the Millennium Falcon in the Revenge of the Sith, and Han Solo was going to be in, but he got cut out. Now I believe from what it says down here, and I'll just read it out actually really quickly. Lucas asks for a conference room on Kashyyyk and a costume for a young Han Solo who is slated to meet Yoda on this planet and actually help him to locate General Grievous. His one and only costume and character style are approved as soon as they are presented, which was that one. Now, if he made it into the original draft of the screenplay or not, I don't know. Maybe if anybody does know, you can let me know in the comments below, because I would actually like to know that. Now, after that, they did do The Art of Star Wars for the original trilogy, and I only have one of them books because they did it in two different versions. They did it in the original version, which is this one. This is for the original non-altered version of that. But then they also did a special edition run of them as well, which I have for Return of the Jedi, which I'll show you in a minute. But this one, again, it's still very nice. It goes through all the artwork that was involved in the making of the film. Doesn't have too many illustrations from Ralph McQuarrie, if any, but again, it also has got the screenplay, where is it, that you can read along with these illustrations in them. It is really nice. It is really nice. If you get all three of these, as well as the special edition versions, hey, who cares? Star Wars is cool, no matter what anybody says. Now, but the monster making of books, I only have The Empire Strikes Back, and they are, of course, these ones. I got this actually free for joining up with Empire, a magazine subscription. So I am looking to pick up Star Wars and Return of the Jedi, but this goes into everything. Now, it doesn't beat the Art of trilogies from episodes 1, 2, and 3, but it does kind of beat any documentary ever made on The Empire Strikes Back, because it goes into everything behind the scenes wise of for The Empire Strikes Back. It has shots, it has concept art, it has snippets of the original handwritten screenplay. It just has everything a fan would want from a book on Star Wars. Oh, and it's heavy, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And I highly recommend picking these bad boys up. This is the only one I own, but I hope to soon rectify that. The last book, again, as I said, The Art of Star Wars for Return of the Jedi, with the artwork for the special edition. Again, it's the same stuff as the others, the concept paintings, the art, and at the very back, after the credits, it goes into, let's get past the posters, the special edition, and it goes into what they created, and it's in here where you can begin to see Phantom Menace creeping in the artwork that they created for these special editions, because they created this artwork in sort of like 1995, 1996, for the special editions of 97. So it kind of then naturally evolves onto Phantom Menace, and these are a really nice pickup. I